Hi, friends. This is Kalpun Piso. Oh boy. It is November 2011. Have you noticed all this Christ psychosis infecting America? It is full blown, especially on the GOP. These deluded, ignorant imbeciles, they had no idea what side is up. They're running for president. They want to lead the country. They want to be the heirs of Christ psychosis infected Bush, who ruined the country for 9 years, believing in resurrecting zombies that say with blood. Amazing. Here.
And I said so.
You're an idiot.
The fact is,
doesn't answer the question.
Americans understand faith, and what they've
Talking about if it's a cult.
is the current resident
Idiot.
of the White House.
Is that acceptable to you?
You know, with regards to the disparaging comments about my faith, I've heard worse, so I'm not going to lose sleep over that. What I actually found that was most troubling in what the Reverend said in the introduction was he said, in choosing our nominee, we should inspect his religion, and someone who is a good moral person is not someone who we should select. Instead, we should choose someone who subscribes to our religious belief. Choose people based upon their religion.
This is psychosis.
Is what I find to be most troubling.
Yeah, what about schizophrenics?
Founders of this country went
They have their imaginary friends
to
too.
make sure, and even put it in the Constitution, that we would not choose people who represent us in government based upon their religion. That this would be a nation that recognizes
Yeah, no, there's psychosis.
where there's a plurality of faiths.
Well, Americans say, unfortunately, and I hate to say it, but they're usually very ignorant, uneducated people. And the reason of this is due to teachers, which are all infected with Christ psychosis, which the majority of people believe a resurrected zombie that says with blood is real, and it happened, and there is sin, and there is angels, and all the rest of nonsense. Well, do they know anything about Romney? This man, nobody questioned his psychosis, which is called faith. Religious is a psychosis. It's a neurological anomaly. Now, what is Romney's psychosis? Romney's faith. Nobody questions it. He believes there is an angel named Moroni that appeared to somebody in the 1820s named Joseph Smith that was a prophet, and he received all this. There were some golden plates, and he gave him some magic stones named the Urim and the Thummim to actually translate the plates, and everybody, these people were having hallucinations due to datura flowers. They didn't know that, and they believed they were talking to God. It was the word of God. No, it's the word of drug. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, we tolerate schizophrenics too.
It's that principle, Governor, that I wanted you to be able to say, no, that's wrong. Reverend Jeffers, instead of saying as you did, well, that introduction knocked the ball out of the park, I just said, Reverend Jeffers, you got that wrong. We should select people not based upon their faith, even though, and I don't suggest you distance yourself from your faith any more than I would.
Yeah, everybody, they're schizophrenic, they're Christ-psychotics.
Based on the church or the synagogue they go to, I think is a very dangerous and enormous departure from the principles of our Constitution.
Would you? Yeah, I said I did not agree with Pastor Jeffers' remarks. I don't agree with them. I can't apologize any more than that.
Yeah, that's fine.
We've got a question.
And of course, we have Christ psychosis infected Governor Perry of Texas. This ignoramus, an idiot, a buffoon, a moron, has been elected by Christ psychosis equally stupid people in Texas to lead the state. This is schizophrenic, completely deluded imbecile that actually asked for pray for rain and everything, is the governor of Texas. And of course, what is his faith? Psychosis. Well, it's the same. Christianity, where a resurrected zombie that says with blood is believed to be reality. There is angels, there is demons, there is demonic possession, and there is all the rest of nonsense. And this is the governor that wants to become president of the United States. And he looks like Bush, and he acts like Bush, and he thinks like Bush because he suffers from the same illness, Christ psychosis. And this continues. Now, you know what happened with Christ psychosis? When you believe in the Bible, you have to beat your children up. You have to give them the, if they do anything wrong, God tells them that you have to beat the children. Beat them up. And if they're Jewish, okay, you can kill them. And it's okay, because that way if you kill them, you send them to heaven. Or you can drown them, and they seem to be possessed, like Andrea Yates did. So you drown the children, and that way you can, their souls go to heaven, like Andrea Yates did. And so forth. So these people are sick people. People that believe in resurrecting zombies, which all Christians do, are sick people. And of course, many call them a cult. No. All religions begin over 30,000 years ago with something that is called a cult. It's few people that start ingesting entheogens and psychotropic substances. They screw up their brains and they create God with the brain.
2004 is when this allegedly happened. And of course,
Christ psychotic judge in Texas beating his daughter.
Then Hillary, Hillary Adams is the woman. Enough now, she has been shocked by the outcome, and she regrets that she actually posted that video.
Yeah, that's the way it should be exposed, as Christ psychotic imbeciles.
From this might be.
And his daughter is crippled.
With this, first and foremost, of course,
She suffered from cerebral palsy.
Things have changed a lot since then. Years, are people going to remember this video?
Of course.
It is hard.
So Christian, but it's in Texas. Christ psychotic infected
I would
Texas.
appreciate it, Warren Savage. Thanks. There's
Probably
a lot
is-
tonight. Aisha's back.
numbers will go up.
With the 360 News and.
United States is filled with the cancer of zombie Jesus, Christianity. There are so many strains of the virus. I mean, Christianity in the United States has thousands of mini cults, but they all believe in the resurrecting zombie Jesus. They believe in demons, they believe in angels, they believe in all that. So, Christianity is divided into thousands of cults. I mean, it's a psychosis. And you can create your own psychosis of zombie Jesus. That's the reason there's so many denominations of Christianity. That's where the very smart Catholic Church, the creators of Christianity in the 4th century, that's the reason they didn't want anybody to read the Bible or read anything. They control it until, of course, the 1500s, they came Luther and the whole thing screwed up. Because you can read the Bible and all of a sudden they come, all the protesters, thousands of them. So that's the problem in the United States. You have Protestant Christ psychosis. This divided in thousands of different sects. And another one is the Amish. Now check the outfits of these people. They're stuck in the past. So therefore they are theotards. Because Christians are stuck in the past. Their minds are screwed up. They're still in the Middle Ages. Well, these people, the Amish, which is various sects of the Amish, Pennsylvania and all that, come from Dutch Christ psychosis, Europe. They send all the Dutch here. So here it is, the Amish. Another Christian cult. Deal with it. I was brought up in Catholics Christ psychosis. In 1967, at the insistence of a friend, I am on the left, by the way, he was a Protestant Christ psychosis Baptist. He invited me to Arrowhead Springs in California to attend a seminary of Campus Crusade for Christ. Boy, these people are really crazy. They don't understand what Christ psychosis is.
These Amish men who were arrested in connection with the beard-cutting case of my
no different than
There was
schizophrenics.
a court hearing for 3 of them.
No
who were
difference.
Arrested.
They have a problem with their brains, and nobody mentions this.
But the sheriff says the men were ordered to do the beard cuttings. Beard cutting.
That's a
It's
bishop.
an insult to the Amish. And Mullet's followers have allegedly used it as a weapon to punish people.
Another strain
3 of the men arrested are sons
of the Amish psychosis.
Domineering individual has them brainwashed.
See? No brainwash, they're all psychos.
town of Burkholz, Ohio.
They're all psychos, they all believe in resurrected zombies.
And we found him. He wasn't very pleased.
It's not a cult.
But
No.
have you ordered men to
It's a
come?
Christian religion.
But
Idiots.
Sam Mullet does not deny that his
Christian
sons
religion, they believe
the
in
beard attack.
resurrecting zombies. God, and they call it a cult. What an imbecile. So Episcopalians is a cult? Just
He's angry
it's another
about that.
prophet.
This is a form of retaliation.
It's another prophet.
Those church leaders who have spoken out.
It's like those in the Mormon church. They're not cults. They're still branches of Christianity. All of them. And this guy on the right doesn't understand it.
In his little cult.
He's
The
blind.
Amish are passive women. I mean, it's particularly shocking for
There's no such a thing as a pacifist. They're all Christ-psychotic
Clearly are pacifists,
infected.
and all of his
Idiots.
behavior, much of his malicious behavior, addiction, a direct violation of basic Amish teaching.
It's
and
all
Amish practice.
believe in resurrecting zombies that say with blood.
Why Amish people say
They're sadomasochistic. Jesus Christ was whipped and resurrected and all that crap. So they are Christians. They are sadomasochistic.
remote area of Jefferson.
Hey. All of these people, all these Christ-psychotics have something in common. They have a book of fairy tales, which is divided in many different type of books, different versions, and it's called the Bible. Okay? And the Protestant Christ-psychotics have many Bibles, many versions of it. They all with their own flavor of psychosis and fairy tales that belongs in the Middle Ages. But all of them have one thing in common. With their stupid mind, ignorant, and retarded, psychotic brain malfunction, they think this resurrected zombie is coming back. It's going to be a rapture. The thing is that the Catholics, the inventors of Christianity, that's the reason they didn't allow anybody to read the Bible. It had to be interpreted by a priest. And they're very smart because that way they keep the whole faith together. And they do believe in evolution and science and all that stuff. So they have their wishy-washy and they completely rationalize everything. Very brilliant. The Catholics are very brilliant. That's just they're so popular. So and they keep everything together. But the Protestants are dumb and stupid and very ignorant, and they take everything literally, and that is the problem. So you have all these lunatics with the rapture, and they don't realize they should kill themselves. You want to be raptured? Go in the moment that there's a hurricane or an earthquake. Go over there to the center of the fire, the earthquake, and get yourself raptured. In other words, you get yourself killed. But if you're killed, you get rid of the body, which is evil and all that stuff. You go, poof, to eternal heaven. People are so lunatic and schizophrenics, and people don't realize it. People that believe in God and all that are theotards, and they have a problem with the brain. And here is the rapture guy. Nobody questions his sanity. Isn't it amazing? Here it is. Christ-psychotic imbecile.
11, we didn't feel any difference. We didn't see any difference in the world, but we know from the Bible that God brought Judgment Day to bear on the whole world. The whole this is and it will continue right up until October 21,
Christ-psychotic.
2011, and at that
Look at that.
the whole world will be destroyed. Spiritual, but it won't be spiritual.
They're not changing the date?
21, because the Bible clearly teaches that then the world is going to be destroyed altogether.
Really?
And,
Sure.
But it'll be very quick.
look,
And it is very, very difficult. Why didn't Christ return?
Because it doesn't exist.
21. It seems embarrassing for family radio, but
He was in
God
charge.
was in charge of everything.
Now, why the mental health of these buffoons, these deluded schizophrenics, that believe in resurrecting zombies. In other words, they are Christians. Why their sanity is not questioned? They're not questioned by Anderson Cooper. They're not questioned by anyone. They just, they're ridiculous, but they do not question it. These people are sick. Christian people are schizophrenics. The people in the GOP and all these morons, these people are deluded, schizophrenic, and very dangerous because the disorder is not seen, because it's called religious faith. Believe in the Lord. That's the name of it. It should be the psychosis of faith, belief. This is the problem. Another thing that is the cause of all this problem is education. Kids are educated with parents are all Christ-psychotic, believing in these things, going to church and all that crap. Is all the psychosis, delusion. We're in the 21st century. These things don't exist. This is the problem. This is the root and the dangers and the trouble of education. Because in education, they have Christian teachers teaching the children all this nonsense and everything. And this is the problem. This is what should be questioned. Fareed Zakaria should say that. I'm pretty sure he sees it, but he doesn't want to cause a problem and lose his job at CNN. This is the reality of it all. Religious beliefs are a mental disorder. It's a neurological anomaly. We're in the 21st century. God is a creation of our brain. It doesn't exist. It's a psychosis, dangerous, like a cancer of the brain. This is what we're not seeing. Look at this. This is the example.
The exceptional characters. What's worrying is that the whole system, the California public school system, for example, is broken.
That's right.
I have a very hopeful
Christ psychosis. Religion is the cause of all this ignorance.
California, Sal Khan, who started a website where he has 3,000 video modules where he teaches math and science, which are by students all over the world. Gates is a big fan of this program. He's given it a lot of money. And it's really a revolutionary way of teaching math and science.
Yeah, you have to get rid of religion. Get rid of the morons that believe in resurrecting zombies.
There's innovation going on in America, and when we're not going to be able to fix this big education bureaucracy, maybe we'll just have to reinvent it or do an end.
Exactly. Get rid of the religious psychotics first.
One example.
That's what you have to do. They're nuts.
Education reform that's
national rankings. We're not. That's the brutal truth.
Why do you think it
Thanks to Christ psychosis, Christianity, believing in imaginary friends.
Graduation to 15. Why did all these areas a generation ago, we were doing pretty well?
We won.
Yeah.
We got complacent. We got self.
Yeah, there goes this religious crap.
We're hungrier than us.
Believing all these lies and all this crap taught in schools.
They made this a national priority. We have to stop resting on our laurels from 25, 30
No, just teaching garbage of Christianity crap.
We're not competing in country. We're competing with India and China and South Korea.
Yeah, they are
Singapore.
all majority atheists. They don't believe in all that crap, all these scientists.
Folks can own their own homes,
it's a problem.
Their family. Jobs are going to go to where the knowledge workers are, and the world's shrunk.
United States anti-science, the old Christ-psychotic infected imbeciles.
In this country,
look at Francis Collins, for instance.
Educating young people to invest and want to build here in the United States.
And when you look at graduating and then go on to college, both at the high school level and at the college level,
the majority come from Christian families, Christ-psychotic infected families.
It's actually staggering. We have about a 25% dropout rate from high school.
Yes.
You know, there are no good jobs, none in today's economy for a high school year from our schools to the streets. To me, that's both morally unacceptable and it's economically unsustainable.
Because there's no morality in Christianity. You have all these Christian parents, these churches.
And you've talked about it. And if you accept
teaching false beliefs of Christianity and crap like that.
10,000 hours.
Anti-science. What do you expect?
Well, the Koreans and even the Europeans, particularly Northern Europeans, they get to that 10,000 hours a lot faster than we do.
They are, because they're not as Christianity infected like we are here in the United States.
Our school year is based upon the agrarian economy. It's not in the fields anymore. And somehow our calendar...
Based on 19th century model, yes. Christianity, crap. They have Amish, they have Mormons, you have Brigham Young University.
Entrepreneurial.
People that are believing on all these fairy tales of the Middle Ages.
China and South Korea are going to school 25, 30...
You have to teach the kids the brain is the one that creates all the thinking. There is no God. Then we'll be okay.
What this adds up to, I was using, and my team is practicing 3 days a week. You're going to beat me more often than I'm going to beat you. I just want to level the playing field. I want to give our children a chance to compete in this globally competitive economy.
Get rid of Christianity, then we will. Get rid of this God-belief infection.
These long summer breaks, particularly for disadvantaged children.
And then one problem is Christianity, anti-sex, and sex as sin. You have to cover your sexual organs. You cannot touch them. You cannot do anything. This is molestation, and this is bad, and God is going to punish you. This is Christianity. That is the reason you have all these bleeps on news, and every time they cover all this, the nudity and all that. These people this is thanks to Christ psychosis infected imbeciles in the United States. They're damaging children's sexual education. They don't teach sexual education, they don't teach anything. And that causes tremendous damage to children, because all children, the reproductive organs, the hormones that make you want to fuck, make you want to have sex, make you want to play with yourself. If you don't educate these children with these things and these facts of life, you're ruining their life, and you're causing nothing but psychopath. Christians are psychopaths. This is the problem. And these children should be teaching sexual education, and all people that believe in God, churches and all that, should be shut down. Put these people in mental institution. Then we'll be okay. But that's because of all the pedophilia and perversion, immorality, and sadomasochism in the United States of America today. That's a fact. Here.
Best interest of the child.
You know why this child abuse happens?
Their kids are going to give these kids more
lack of sexual education. Sex education, thanks to Christ psychotics.
How can they not believe this?
The morons.
We saw the same thing occurring in the Catholic Church. The clergy abuse, predatory priests would literally groom mothers in exactly that same.
Yeah, because they're stupid. They believe in resurrecting zombies. That's why.
Guilty about it, but it's hard to authority figure like that.
And many times it's kids who come.
They see homosexuality as a sin and a perversion. What's wrong with people that
to these figures and
that believe stuff like that?
To me, I can get.
They have to be in the Middle Ages. They're psychotic. They're schizophrenics.
What I want to do.
There's no difference that
think about the charity.
People that believe in resurrecting zombies. Because of all the problems.
Tragically, sexual predators will target children from these kinds of...
Yes, they only succeeded in children that are naive of sex, thanks to the Christ psychosis parents.
They have more needs.
Christ psychosis infection, stupidity.
Or they don't have...
And you're a clinical psychologist, you're an idiot.
In the homes, they don't have opportunities, they don't have...
Brought up Christian too? That's the problem.
All kinds of ways in which...
Stupid man doesn't understand. The brain is the one that creates all the thinking.
That's why they target kids specific.
David Lisak, clinical psychologist, University of Massachusetts.
Clinical psychologist, my ass. The guy's an imbecile. See, we have imbeciles infected with Christ psychosis in government. This schizophrenic imbecile is governor of Texas. See the problem in America? We have these morons, nuts, believing in resurrecting zombies running around all over the place in government. We have 6 of them in the Supreme Court that believe in resurrecting zombie Jesus. Then we have the other ones that believe in Rodney that believes in golden plates and angels and demons and magic stones and private planets. These people belong in mental institutions. Religious believing God is a form of neurological disorder. A psychosis, a very dangerous one, because nobody seems to see it. Sex abuse. They're all Christians, Christ psychotics. Because they don't teach children. They don't have sex education. They don't teach children what sex is and what their peepees and little vaginas are for. They don't teach children this. Thanks to these Christian imbeciles stuck in the Middle Ages. Because they are defenseless when adults prey on them for sexual gratification. And the adults are Christians. They have no idea. If they were mentally healthy, in other words, atheists, this would not happen. Here's another example. A pastor, a Christ psychotic infected imbecile, a sick man, arrested. Pastor arrested for masturbating in public in front of children. That proves my point.
top stories. A conservative minister who at one time was an outspoken critic of the Southern Decadence Festival is facing an obscenity charge this evening after being accused of masturbating in public. The Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office confirms that Grant Storms was arrested last Friday in Lafayette Park. Investigators say 2 people claimed they saw Storms masturbating in his van while watching children on the playground. Storms led the first ever march through the French Quarter in protest of Southern decadence, which is one of the largest alternative lifestyles festivals.
And since it's a stupid, Christian, ignorant imbeciles stuck in the Middle Ages, suffering from Christ psychosis, they are anti-sex and they are anti-science. They don't understand science. They believe whatever is in the stupid book, the Bible, and any other stupid religious text is no different than those of Winnie the Pooh or Lord of the Rings or anything like that. And they do not understand that we are product of a fuck. Nothing to do with gods. It's evolutionary biology. Learn science, you pieces of shit, ignorant, schizophrenic Christian assholes. They are ruining the country. They are ruining the world with their beliefs, and nobody calls them on this psychosis they have. Nobody questions Christians' mental health. No one in the press. And this is the problem. Press, wake up. Atheists like Dawkins and Harris and Hitchens and all that, wake up. Wake up. Believing God is a neurological disorder. These people have problems with their brains. They're going to make us extinct if we don't expose believing God for their neurological disorder. It is. It's very dangerous because nobody sees it. And there is the reason you have the situation. These people don't realize that we are all bisexual by nature. These people don't realize that we have nipples here. We have desires. There is a libidinal desire to procreate and pass our genes. That's the purpose of life, to pass our genes. We're evolved mutated primates. And our system works with pheromones, chemicals in the air, that makes us, be horny and reproduce. There's such a thing as love. It's just all copulence in the female vagina that makes us, all of us, become excited. We don't know what it is. Animals do, but we don't, because we're evolved mutated primates. We have lost the senses in this respect. But this is what it is. We are attracted to this, and then we channel everything and then we suppress the desires and all that without realizing we are evolved mutated primates. Look, you have tits in your chest, okay? And ladies have a little mini penis, the clitoris. Learn science. This is what it is, and they should be teaching to children all these things. And get rid of the mental disease of Christianity, believing in resurrecting zombies. There is no God. God is the creation of the brain when it malfunctions. Because take some drugs and you'll see God, and you write a Bible too.
Which helps troubled boys. Second Mile has released a statement saying they immediately made the decision to separate Sandusky from the program activities in 2008.
Christ psychosis.
Told the organization he was under investigation.
Sex. And
another woman
after or having some
came up about Christ psychotic Cain,
what I think is
the Christ psychotic infected imbecile running for president.
Assassins, and that's what I call them, including Miss Bellick.
And this Christ psychotic infected imbecile
American people, they don't
moron
realize that what I saw on that stage today
look at that.
Is a
think all these women are lying.
America turning the page largely on the question of
look at this, a stupid imbecile. Look at that. Christ psychotic infected moron.
On that point, and I think that's one of the reasons a lot of people applaud the Herman Cain campaign. We can't
another accuser. There's 4 of them.
A black male and a white.
And this imbecile wants to run for president.
These women
this imbecile doesn't realize that the president of the United States, this imbecile doesn't realize the president of the United States is black also.
Telling her
biracial. That's even worse.
It isn't about race.
And it's intellectual. It's a mentally healthy. In other words, an atheist, not a Christ psychotic infected moron like him and Cain and the rest of stupid people. Believing in resurrecting zombies are true.
Hypocrisy. There is a hypocrisy and a double standard for conservatives vis-a-vis
morons. Yeah, for all Christians, they are hypocrites. And just to show you how deep in bullshit of Christ psychosis United States of America is. The churches keep everybody ignorant, stupid, and theotarded. And they're up to here in bullshit. And the people do not realize it. There is laws that wants to ban, make fertilized egg a person. So a seed is a tree. Well, piece of shit Christian imbeciles infected with crypsychosis. Sperm is also a person. Morons. So go over there and put the crypsychotic infected police. Go into the bathroom, put cameras in there. If anybody beats up, put him in jail. Because the sperm is a person, you piece of shit assholes. See, this is the problem. They don't know science. They are stupid. They don't realize they were part of it, when their mothers came around, made their father's penis Christ resurrect. The Lord resurrected. She opened the legs of the cave of creation, and then the father spit sperm, fertilizing the egg, and 9 months later, a piece of shit, asshole, Christian, or a person with a defective brain was born. That's what Christians are, people with defective brains that are unable to tell between fantasy and reality after they grow up. So during the imprisonment period, they have a problem with the brains. That's what people of faith are. They are people with birth defects in their brains. That's the problem, and we should expose the morons. The majority are like that. They can't tell between fantasy and reality. They still believe in resurrecting zombies are real because they are born with a brain defect. Let's tell it like it is.
That are not being used for actually
stupid people.
So there are a lot of
a fetus is a person
to this issue, and
fertilized sex is a person.
Fired up a lot of debate.
Crypsychosis.
Among many conservative Christians, some of whom say this is exactly.
They're crazy people.
Would ban abortions or attempt to ban abortions in Mississippi with all these other.
And 6 of the Supreme Court justices are sick people, are infected with crypsychosis. 6 of them.
Republicans and Democrats, blacks and whites.
This is in this country.
Right to life groups and the
people are stuck in the Middle Ages. They believe in resurrecting zombies, the morons, deluded,
this is too extreme and it might
sick people, mentally sick idiots.
Too close and turnout is high.
What Mississippi appears to be doing is they are betting that the Supreme Court will somehow change its mind. They're a symbolic statement.
See?
It's going to be struck down.
Anti-science, crypsychotic imbeciles.
People in Mississippi.
They must be put in mental institutions.
So you don't even
nuts.
get as far.
And to make things even more scary is that we have 6 Supreme Court justices that they are infected with crypsychosis. Chief Justice Roberts, Google Roberts. This guy is a Catholic psychotic. The guy had problems with his brains when he was younger. Okay, when he's in law school and all that, he had seizures. It is very dangerous to have these people with mental defects to be in any public office and in position of power. President Bush, a crypsychotic imbecile, that proof of that with the Iraq War, costing thousands and thousands of lives for nothing. So there you go. Then we have 6 pieces of shit, ignorant, crypsychotic, mental people having a problem with the brain because they believe in resurrected zombies in the Supreme Court. And then we have all the majority of Congress like that. Then we have the senators infected with that. Let's have a mental health test by a mentally healthy neurologist, in other words, an atheist, giving these crazy people that believe in resurrected zombies a mental health test before they want to run for office of president or anything, in any situation. Let's save America. Let's put crypsychotic in the mental institutions they belong. These deluded people are going to make us extinct if you don't watch out. And everybody's going to pass us. United States is going to be at the bottom. Idiocracy. Watch the movie. This is the problem. Touch of the arm.